Hello there everyone, Mountain Man here with Hunter 101, a brand new video series dedicated to teaching you the ins and outs of the Hunter Call of the Wild. In this series, tailored specifically for those new to the game, we'll detail every aspect of how to play, including your UI, animals, weapons and other items, skills and perks, and how to be successful in every hunt from your very first to your very last. So sit down, relax, and let's get into it. Welcome to your UI. Call of the Wild goes for the less is more approach to UI, which is beneficial because it gives you the ability to see everything in front of you with minimal interference. Once you become accustomed to the nuances of how the UI works and where everything is located, you'll be able to quickly and effectively assess your surroundings. We'll go over each section of the UI in turn and give you a detailed explanation. The first element of the UI we'll discuss is the compass. The compass serves two functions. First, it tells you which direction you're headed in while moving, aiding you in navigating to your destination. Secondly, the compass gives you a visual indicator of wind speed and direction, which is crucial for successfully hunting an animal. The green cone on the compass will change direction and shape based on where the wind is blowing and at what speed. The wider the cone, the slower the wind is blowing. The narrower, the faster. Pay careful attention to which direction the wind is blowing, because if it's blowing towards your target, there is a very good chance it will smell you and run. Being downwind of your target is always preferable, but if that's not possible, at least ensure that the wind is not blowing your scent towards it. You can also tell which direction and speed the wind is blowing by watching the particles in the air around you. To the right of your compass is your clip and total ammo count, with your clip on the left and your total ammo on the right. Your clip size will change depending on which weapon you're using, with some having clip sizes of 4, 5, and with some weapons, only 1. When the clip size is depleted to 0, you will be unable to fire again until you reload the weapon, which will happen automatically when you empty the clip. You can also reload your weapon manually if it has less than a full clip, which can be done using the R key by default. Next to your clip is your total ammo count. It's important to note that this total is only for the particular ammunition that you have equipped. Soft point and polymer tip ammunition have separate totals. Buckshot and slugs have separate totals, etc. Underneath your clip and ammo is a green bar with a plus sign on it. This is your health bar, and it is an indicator of, you guessed it, your health. As you take damage, your health bar will deplete, and if it reaches 0, you will faint and respawn at the closest outpost or tent. Damage can be taken from a number of sources, including animals and falling from too high a height, so be aware of your surroundings. Health can be regenerated with first aid kits from the store or resting at an outpost or tent. Underneath your health bar are 3 status indicators. From left to right, they are your heart rate, visibility level, and noise level. We'll go through each of them in turn. Your heart rate monitor will give you a visual indication of how quickly your heart is beating by pulsing faster and growing more red the higher your heart rate climbs. The higher your heart rate, the more aiming sway you'll experience when looking down the sights or scope of your weapon. So ensuring your heart rate is minimal when lining up on your target is critical for good shots. Your heart rate can climb due to running for too long or holding your breath while aiming, but it will begin to drop if you cease both of these activities. The rate at which it climbs and how quickly it drops back to a resting state can both be affected by the endurance skill and breath control perk. To the right of your heart rate monitor is your visibility meter. This gives you a good indication of how visible you are to animals in your vicinity and has the following visibility levels. Level 1, very hidden. This is a short, flat, dim line and indicates that you are quite well hidden from animals in a radius around you. This can only be achieved by laying prone in light to medium cover or crouching inside of heavy cover, such as a large bush. Animals will have to be within 5 to 10 yards to see you, which makes this the most preferred level of visibility when stalking or calling in animals. Level 2, somewhat hidden. This is a flat, bright white line and indicates that you are somewhat hidden from animals in a radius around you. This can be achieved by laying prone on the ground or crouching in medium cover. Animals will not be able to see you unless they get within 20 to 30 yards, making this one of two preferred levels of visibility when stalking or calling in an animal. Level 3. Less visible. This is a flat, bright white line with a half circle underneath it, and indicates that you are partially visible to animals in a medium-sized radius around you. This is achieved by crouching in open cover or standing in heavy cover. Level 4. Highly visible. This is a small, bright white oval and indicates that you are quite visible to animals in a large radius around you, albeit not as visible as the next level. You will achieve this level by standing still and upright without being under any cover and by walking through heavy cover. Animals will still easily see you, so unless you are traveling to a destination, avoid being this visible while hunting. Level 5. Most visible. This is a large, bright white circle and indicates that you are the most visible to animals in a very large radius around you, and they will easily spook and run away. Walking or running while standing upright will cause this level of visibility. Practicing good visibility discipline is one of the most important contributors to a good hunt. In general, you want to be as invisible as possible to animals while you are hunting. Pay close and careful attention to your visibility meter to achieve this. The last status indicator is your sound meter. This will give you a clear visual indication of how much sound you are creating in the world around you. The sound meter displays your sound in 7 levels. You are at your quietest when the meter is at 3 dim dots, and you're most noisy when it is full red bars. Sound can be generated through movement and the use of weapons, and the speed at which you move creates a correspondingly greater amount of noise, with a slow crawl in the prone position creating far less than a full-on run. Different types of brush and plant life can cause greater amounts of noise as well, including dry grasses, tree branches, and large bushes, although this can be offset with the use of the soft feet skill. Managing your sound generation is key to a successful hunt, and paying close attention to this is very important. Excess sound generation will easily spook animals, causing them to flee before you even see them. The final static part of the interface is your activatable perks and skills to the right of everything else. If you have skills or perks that can be activated, such as zeroing or windage, they will appear here when you activate them. Only one can be activated at any given time. If you have not put points into any activatable skills or perks, this area will be blank. And finally, the last UI element we will discuss in this video are the points of interest. These show up on your screen to indicate which direction to travel in to reach them, and the icon will indicate what the point of interest is, whether it be a hunting blind, a point of interest, a player-created waypoint, or an outpost. Points of interest that are behind you or otherwise out of your field of view will appear on the edge of your screen, and turning towards them will bring them into your field of view and indicate which direction you need to travel to reach them. These icons will disappear once they are beyond 100 meters away from your current location, but will reappear as you grow closer to them. We hope that this video has proven beneficial and informative to you, and that the information provided within has enabled you to be more successful as a hunter and more comfortable with how the game operates. Join us in our next video, where we'll be talking about the in-game store and explaining how the inventory management system operates. Until then, take care, everybody.